Jeff, let's talk for a minute about trucking accidents. How are trucking accidents different in a personal injury context from other types of accidents?
Well, usually the injuries are bad because you've got a giant tractor trailer that's, run into some car and knocked them clean off the road. We're always looking for extra coverages, these commercial policies, maybe umbrella policies that these trucking companies have and are required to have. And then also the trucking industry is regulated by statutes, by the government. And so there's specific laws and rules they have to follow.
So, in terms of the injuries, in terms of the liability, and in terms of the coverage, each of those things is different than in other types of accidents. So, let me ask you, what should a person who has been injured in a trucking accident consider when they're looking for law firms and lawyers?
Well, you want somebody that's got experience with the trucking industry, not just automobile wrecks. It is a different animal because you have these different statutes and regulations. We've got lawyers who've tried cases on against trucking companies. We have people on our staff that actually have driven tractor trailers.
And they have their CDL from
They
driving
and have
trucks.
worked in the trucking industry. They know about these accidents that happen on the dock when trucks back in and hurt people, or when trucks run into people. They understand about the call law. I mean, the driver logs that they have to have, the different regulations and things that if you weren't in the trucking industry, you would not know.
What about investigators? We have investigators that are in-house that have previously investigated these kinds of cases over many, many years, and for the state government, and done the investigations to see who was at fault and what the trucker did that was negligent and how a person was hurt as a result.
Yeah, part of our investigation team is people that have been in law enforcement. So they know the laws, they know the rules, they know what these trucks are supposed to be doing and what they're not supposed to be doing. And so when our team goes out, they know exactly what evidence they're looking for.
Not every personal injury law firm is qualified to do a trucking case or a catastrophic case because these are more complex. They require a higher level of experience. They require more connections in terms of experts and those types of things, and it requires more resources to build these kinds of cases.
Yeah, for sure. You've got to understand the regulations. You've got to understand the nuances of trucking cases. They're just not the same as an automobile accident. And then you also have trucking cases that aren't just on the highway. You've got cases, like I mentioned, on the dock, where trucks will back into people, or while people are getting injured while they're unloading trucks. All of those are different nuances of the same trucking industry, and you've got to have people that are experienced and understand those things.
So after an accident involving a commercial vehicle or a truck, should a person kind of wait and see what happens, or should they call us immediately?
Well, the trucking companies and their teams of lawyers and adjusters are working on the case immediately. They've got people taking pictures. They've got people getting statements of witnesses. They're working on it early, and then the evidence is gone. If people are trying to fight the trucking industry and their insurance companies and their lawyers by themselves, that is an almost impossible battle to win. You really need to have an experienced lawyer and hire them fast so they can get in, get the evidence, do the investigations, get the experts necessary, make sure the evidence doesn't disappear, so that the trucking companies cannot take advantage of people that are injured.
Thank you, Jeff. So if you've been involved in a trucking accident, call us now.